Look at the transformation. It's been worth the wait. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I must start by apologising for the background noise. Obviously, everybody's entitled to be out in the garden, in the parks, and there's some building work going on in the local area as well. And so that's the sort of drilling sound that you can hear. But hopefully, you can still hear me as well. Doesn't this look great? Doesn't this look fantastic? And what I'm going to do is I will show you some footage of how we got to this amazingness. And I'm just so happy to show you. Look how incredible this looks. These are the new metal raised beds, and they are spectacular, even if I say so myself. We've got the Leylandii tree just above. We've got the lovely trunks. And this has been so worth it. There's still a lot to do. But for now, you are looking at our new raised vegetable beds. They are a good size. They are strong and very sturdy, and they should give us joy for many years to come. The Leylandii looks perfectly trimmed because it has been trimmed, and we need to break this down into more manageable sizes. But there's nothing that will deter us on our journey, and we are overjoyed, absolutely overjoyed in this so far, and there's still a lot to do. So I'm going to start off by filling out some of these raised beds with the soil that I removed from the previous ones. I will be inserting some videos in here intermittently to just sort of show you how we've got to this state, because this didn't happen overnight. I wish it could have. But if it did, then I wouldn't have had a lot of work to do. So here we go. This is what the garden is looking like down here, for those of you who like to watch, and also for those of you who are just nosy. For those of you who are nosy, you're so welcome. Come on in, including you. Come on in and watch. I love the nosy people, don't you? Because what you get to show them is just your joy, your happiness, your happy place, and what it is that you genuinely, sincerely love doing. So here it goes. I'm going to start filling out some of these beds, and remembering that some of them are going to be for the blueberries, and so they will be refilled with echinacea soil, which is more loving towards the blueberries. I just can't stop watching this and feeling them and looking at them. And by the way, just that you know, these containers, I think they're each about 60 kilos, 67 kilos, each of them. They're really very sturdy, and they come with lids as well, which is great. And they've been painted. So all the work that we were not able to show you includes painting of the containers. Actually painted the wooden fence panel behind here, and you can see the beauty of the Leylandii tree. I can't stop looking, I can't stop talking about it. But hey, listen, Tossie, you need to get on with some work. So what I'm going to do now is fill out some of these containers. Here we go. we are making progress. There's nothing that can stop this process. Even if I feel tired in this moment, I can take a while just to look around the garden and appreciate what nature has to offer. But even then, I will return by the grace of that which is greater than I, and I will continue. And I will continue the process. But I'm not even done for today. I just thought I'd stop and have a look at some of the beauty around the garden. It's just incredible. I'm always overwhelmed in a beautiful way, in a positive way, about what nature has to offer. It's a Swiss chard. We've got some tulips here. You saw me earlier on bring in some of these pots, which I'll be planting out. Oh, the tasks. There are many, but I am not complaining. I appreciate love. Yes, appreciate love. That I have the energy and the thought and the desire and the will and the joy and the love and the peace to want to be out in nature and to see what nature has to offer. And to be at one with nature on days such as today, such as this. I can just come and sit and fight with my tripod, no doubt, but sit here with nature and just be in nature, be in the garden and just listen to the birds. And watch the pond and watch the bees and listen to the children and remember the laughter, remember the joy, the happiness, and look at the growth. Watch the bees come to the stream, or rather, watch the bees as they come to the pond. And if you're out in nature, you'll see the bees as they come to the streams, because bees absolutely need the presence of water in order to keep their hives going. They need water to mix with the nectarine and to make the beautiful honey that they do. And the bees are out. And for those of you who need proof, the bees are out doing their magic. And they are incredible. And I am so lucky. I'm so lucky that I am a beekeeper. That I have been given the task of nurturing nature's finest. Look at them. I'm the lucky one. So this is one of the first ones, nearly topped to the top, a little way to go. There's a little rim here, you can see, probably about an inch below, possibly about an inch below the actual top of the beds. These are going to be filled with soil. I have to determine which ones I'm going to put ericaceous soil into, because I do have some ericaceous plants that I'll be planting out, such as the blueberries. But this is mostly homegrown compost, which is just fantastic, because if you see the size of these containers, I'll see if I can I'll calculate the size of them in here, what this would have cost if I were to have bought soil purchased compost, and also making it at home. It really is just the scraps that you get rid of from your home, but the cost of this would have been quite phenomenal. And this is quite literally free compost, because we compost all our old vegetables and garden waste as well, as much as possible, not all of it, but as much as possible. And certainly a lot of the house compost, so tea bags and apples and pears. I've also actually apples and pears. There you go, apples and pears. What's the next word? Stairs. There you go, apples and pears, stairs. Anywho, I'll try and see if I can put the measurements of this container in there so you can just get an idea of the volume of soil that would be required to fill that out. But instead, what we do is just use a lot of home waste, garden waste, to make something like this. You might want to look away if you are squeamish, because there will likely be some worms in here. But if you're squeamish, look away. If not, look at what the compost started off as. Old fruits, onion peels, cabbage, garden waste. See a peach there. Sometimes, my goodness, my friends and family are amazing. They truly are. When they see me, they give me their bags of garden waste. And so I'm able to add them into here. I can see some okra here. And I can see the worms are just devouring this. And making sweet compost. We've got the remnants of an egg carton. You've got some egg shells, and it's unbelievable what nature can do. If I dare, 1 second, so I'm holding the lid with one hand, and I certainly don't want, 1 second. Literally going to move this out the way. Can you see the amount of worms we have here eating down this orange peel? Yickety yick. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's incredible. And once they finished eating this all down, I get the joy of the compost. I can't stress this enough. In this situation where we know that, look, I'm trying to juggle everything. I'm holding the camera and I'm balancing with one hand, and I just dropped the camera, so you've got a nice zoomed in version. You've got a zoomed in image of this beautiful worm doing some magic. Anyway, let's move on. And this is another of my compost bins, but as you can see from this one, this is just a lot further along. So this one here has broken down. You can still see the remnants of some fruit pips and seeds. This was an avocado. I'm not sure why I've got this net in here, but that will be coming out because it hasn't decomposed. It has not decomposed at all. Again, there's some eggshells in here and some cardboard. That's the carbon. And you can see that this soil has broken down completely. So what I showed you a moment ago will become this, and then this is what I use in my bed. It's our intention to keep everything organic and chemical free. And this one is, let's just see the difference. This one's even further decomposed. So this is also compost. You can see the one I just showed you. You can tell because there are still some worms in here, and you can still see the form of some of the vegetation that was in here. However, when you look at this one here, there are no worms and it's further broken down. I'm going to be using these in those raised beds as well, so I can empty out my compost bins and start some new ones. As you can see, the previous one is really full now, and I'm in need of some new compost bins.